X. I know y'all in the building tonight. What y'all doing this Saturday night? What's up with my hoes and my bros tonight, man? What y'all got up? Turn me on to it. Oh man, I forgot to watch UCLA football today, man. Damn. Lawyer, what up, homeboy? What's going on with you, man? What's the weather like out there? Sean Williams, I see you've been checking in a lot lately, huh? Triple Tut, what up? David Perez is back. Where all the ladies at? I know a few of y'all done ran over the clubhouse. You fall out with your man and you run the clubhouse. Okay, I see how we do it. So this was just like a date for some people over here. Like you and your man or you and your woman come over here just to talk to each other online, right? So now it done moved the clubhouse. All right, I got y'all. I got y'all. I know what it is. Shaniqua, where you at? Clubhouse Queen. Lady P, what up? Lady P, you been checking in lately, man. What's going on? You and your man broke up. What's going on? Reservations closed. Nothing else to do. Cause I know you a football fan, but you ain't that much of a football fan that you can only come on here when football season's here. Crystal, what up? Super sunny. Okay, super sunny. All right. Overcast out here in Inglewood, California, on top of Ram Stadium, SoFi, baby. Babyface Lokes is in the building, man. Babyface Lokes, I think you're on every Crip and every Blood channel on YouTube. Like, nigga, you must be a paid moderator for YouTube. You know all the Crip business, all the Blood business. You know San Diego business, Bay Area business. You know Texas business. What don't you know, my nigga? I bet you know New York business. Mel Manning, what up? Yeah, I went and fell asleep after the last live, man. Absolutely. Of course I did. Enjoyed it. It was wonderful. What's up, cuz? Big Neff from St. Louis, Missouri, 9th Street, 19th Street, North Side. All right, 19th Street. That's what's up. Now, y'all MGGCs, don't come back up in here tonight. What up, Big Devil? What the 49ers gonna do, though? I know you're gonna lie to me. I just gotta ask you what they gonna do, though. Oh, yeah, I had my glasses on earlier, too, man. Maurice Campbell, what up? Win by 14. Woo! I know you was hot last season, though, but you always lied when it come to is the 49ers gonna win. You lied every time on that. But you was hitting your parlays, though. The Bears. Okay. Michelle's back. All right. Kenneth Johnson, another regular. We getting up in here today, huh? Because y'all was short earlier today. Y'all was real short. But still not hitting them like buttons, though, right? Y'all go and hit that like button one time. Raider business? Or where's that at? In Vegas or California? Because somebody told me they're going to get their ass whooped tomorrow. I heard they're not going to win until they get back to Vegas, man. Until they get back to the desert. I hit a three-teamer college today, 1-0 so far. Man, you need to be selling your picks, man. I don't know what you're doing. You need to be selling that shit. I told you a long time ago to come on my platform. But you might as well go on and start your own platform and get paid off that shit, man. The way you be hitting and the amount you be betting, you damn sure build up a good following. What happened to Nugget? Speaking on Watergate video, Nugget said too many people's first and last name, and I overlooked it, so I have to take that down. Can't put that back up until I have time to take the names out, man. one particular name in particular. He said, "Who that? We gonna get destroyed by them Falcons? The Saints about to lose to the Falcons?" Hmm. Okay. I can't wait to see those football scores tomorrow or next week so I can get in a rhythm, right? Oh man, I'm just chilling, JC, man. Just decided to come on. I mean, I missed quite a few lives last week, so no, you read wrong. Let me see what happened. Who that? We going to destroy. See, you said destroyed with an ed. So I'm thinking you're saying you're gonna be destroyed, but you said destroyed, not destroy. Okay, I got you. I got you, my brother. Kev, when are you gonna interview LBC 19th Street? Cuz I don't know, bro. That's one set that ain't never reached out to me like that, and I don't know nobody from there, man. So I can't just make a phone call and be like, "Hey, what's up, cuz? You got somebody from your hood that's a historian want to do an interview?" I can't do that because I don't know nobody from there. But you know, we haven't had a lot of success with Long Beach anyway. And when we did, we had so many complaints. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to just South Central, like the Rolling 60s, all our allies and all our enemies. That's what I like. Because I could talk about that. I know about that. When you start going outside of South Central LA, Compton and Watts, it gets tricky for me, man. It gets real tricky. You know, Baby Sleepy, you can ask cuz. All right, ask him, see what's up. Is Baby Sleepy a historian though? Like I don't like the dudes that just don't have nothing to say, but oh yeah, fuck them niggas, cuz. Oh yeah, cuz. Yeah, cuz, we used to get down, cuz. Yeah, yeah, we rumble, cuz. Yeah, we throw them things, cuz. I wanna know when you start beefing with somebody and why. Who you get along with and don't get along with. You know what I'm saying? Who start? Okay, he an old dude, Baby Sleepy. Okay, I'm gonna remember that name. All right, Baby Sleepy. And don't give me nobody to think because some people been commenting and some people been hitting me up talking about Barefoot Pookie don't know what he talking about insane payback. Don't give me nobody to think that's just false. Don't give me nobody that thinks Long Beach Crippin came first. Don't do that. We went through that before, man, with some of the viewers. And it could get ugly because some people don't like the truth. They don't know how to accept the truth. You know what I'm saying? I might be in my mid 30s by the time Q-Bone finally do it. Is that all? Q-Bone might not do an interview with kevmacvideos until we show up to his casket. Cause Q-Bone been throwing me curveballs forever. Like, remember way back before Nipsey passed, he was throwing me curveballs. Nipsey been gone 3 years and some months. So I don't know, man. Like I told you a long time ago, don't hold your breath waiting on a Q-Bone interview. You might just die. LaDonna, good looking out. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. That cash, that super chat look a little different. What does that say? Incredible. I might, yeah. Kev, can you talk about Bruce, the same guy allegedly beat up Suge? I don't know a whole lot about Bruce. I remember coming home from Crenshaw. He had Bruce car wash on 52nd and Crenshaw. And I don't care what nobody say, and they can disagree with me or try to debate me or whatever. I'm gonna just tell you a fact. When I used to walk home from Crenshaw, there used to be a lot of brims up there at that car wash. Yeah, some 60s would come through there, but them was bloods. Them was brims up at that car wash. So I didn't too much like to go to that car wash. A homie or two, I think Roscoe, and somebody else, can't think of who that was. Maybe no, I don't. I'm not gonna say no name because I'm not sure. But Couple homies took me up there to holler at Bruce on some things, but that was Brimhaven every time I went up there, man. And I think I know he had Dayton's up in there. I don't know if he actually sold fresh Dayton's or he was just middlemaning. But I remember it was a lot of cars on Dayton's up there too before I got my first pair of Dayton's. That's all I could tell you about Bruce, man. I mean, I've heard things about him hustling, about him having fights. I've heard rumors about what two different sets he was from, and other people say he wasn't. So I really can't speak no firsthand stories about Bruce, man. Only could tell you about what I heard. Kev, did you catch Nugget saying the Black Coast was the first Crip prisoner? Yeah, I caught that. I did catch that. But I don't know if they was first. I probably have to ask Cutes, but I know the Vanguards was out at the same time. I know when Cutes and when Rockhead hit Tracy in 79, maybe 80, Vanguards and Black Coast was up and running, so I'm not sure. Is Dre is Dre with the light eyes from 19th Street older than Baby Sleepy? Oh, you're not talking about that Bruce. You talking about Bruce the ice cream man? Bruce that used to come through telling that the homies and my brother was robbing him? That Bruce? Bruce to show up with the sheriff at the door? That Bruce? Well, all I could tell you about Bruce was he was a hard-working man that was about his money that stayed getting robbed by the brothers. And that's why people don't like black people now. Black people got a problem with taking people's shit, right? He had some good donuts, though, when he had them glazed donuts on the truck. Okay, they're around the same age, all right. I mean, I got Bruce a few times from the back side of the window, right? Yeah, I knew Bruce the ice cream man. What do you mean? Did I know? Why would you ask me about him and then ask me, did I know? Yeah, I knew Bruce. He used to jump on the back of his ice cream truck, man. And I used to go, when he be serving people, I would go through the driver's window, grab me like some Boston baked beans or something like that. Maybe some Cheetos. I never got him, like, I never robbed him, you know what I'm saying? I did some petty theft, right? But I never robbed Bruce. I might have rode on his truck a time or two. I might have hit up on his truck. But Bruce was cool, man. He just was going to call the police if he knew where you lived and you robbed him. That's all. I remember, I'll give you a Bruce story. It's not no good story or no long story, but I'll tell you this. I remember Bruce was driving down Keniston one day, and a bunch of us jumped on the back of his truck. And we on his truck, but you know, as kids, you think the ice cream truck man don't know you on the back of his truck, right? But you're not knowing he can feel you jumping on the truck, right? So it's a bunch of like 5 or 6 of us on the back of his truck holding on. And when Bruce got to 57, he slammed on the brakes. He slammed on the brakes. A couple people fell off the truck, man. We laughed, but I didn't fall off. I wasn't one of the ones that fell off. Man, that shit was hilarious, man. But Bruce was cool, man. I don't know what race Bruce was. I couldn't even tell you. I really don't even want to guess what. But Bruce had a brother or a twin, and I believe he got killed. I believe he got killed in the hood. I believe. Karate Bruce. I already told you about Karate Bruce, the one that be fighting. I didn't know Karate Bruce like that. I just used to go by Bruce Car Wash on 52nd and Crenshaw after school at Crenshaw. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and give you some stories that I heard from other people that's already been debated because I don't know which one is true and which one ain't true. He said the one that beat up Suge. Then he switched to the ice cream Bruce, right? I mean, I might not can see well. I might not can remember well. but I know damn well what I just seen, right? Hey, good looking out. Who's that brother? Mark Shelby. Good looking out, my brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, I guess it was worth going live after all, right? A RTD bus used to run down Keniston. Well, it ran down Keniston south of Slauson. It didn't run down Keniston north of Slauson. Yeah, I remember that. The rough, tough, and dirty. What happened to the dangerous? Yo, what it do, y'all? What up, skunk dog? I asked about you earlier, man. I didn't see you up in the chat room. I thought I might have put Bruce Ice Cream Bruce in my book or something. Shit, I don't know. Maybe he was a G from about the hood or something. Shout out to Cutes too if you're listening while you're at work, Cute. Shout out to you, brother. You know, I was busy. I was asleep, homie, when you try to hit me up. So I returned your text. But, you gotta forgive me, big homie. What's Keystone at, nigga? Did you wreck the poker table or what, homie? You still fighting or you done for the night? You getting ready for the Raider game tomorrow? What you doing, Keystone? Where you at, big homie? We used to wonder how the bus driver knew we on the back of the RTD getting grills. Oh, you used to get them grills, huh? Let me ask you, if you've seen two names on the back of a grill, did you ever see Smurf on the back of a grill? Or did you ever see KMC on the back of a grill? In fact, how old are you again, number one? You might be a little too young for the originals, the original grill hitters, right? What you think the Rams missing so far, Cam? A coach, play calling. Like I said earlier, unfortunately, I like Matt Stafford, but he was not throwing the ball. He was holding the ball too long. Didn't appear to have great vision. I don't know. He looked good in warm ups. I thought he was gonna have a great game the way he was warming up, but maybe they missing an offensive line. I mean, the line was they stick together well, but they don't hold up well. At least not against Buffalo. Right? Yeah, they was very stagnant. Cutes, if you watching, join the convo, OG. He ain't gonna be able to join tonight because I'm on my phone and I'm not on StreamYard. I remember OAM used to rock grills. I don't know nothing about a O, a A, or M. I'm 46. I don't recall those names. Okay, you just missed about a couple of years. That's all. 46. You probably have to be about 47 or 48 to remember that. Lady P, you kind of popular tonight, huh? You know what, Babyface Lokes? I'm gonna keep it 1,000, man. I'm gonna keep it 103rd. I'm gonna keep it 103, man. Or you from a different part of the hood. But here go the thing. I did get, guess how many interviews? Three. 103rd. All right. So I'm gonna keep it 103. I got 3 interviews. I failed on 2 of them, man. I failed dramatically on 2 of them, man. This new tie mic shit don't work for me, man. I'm doing interviews and the tie mics aren't on, so I'm not getting the up close background noise out the way. So I done failed misery. But I will say this: somebody got at me and told me he do good mics, professional mic, professional sound. He said he loved KMV, but the sound is trash. But this is what I keep forgetting to tell you guys. I get so many damn messages on Instagram. I'm talking about I get tons and tons of messages. And there's no way I could keep up with everybody's message or everybody's phone number. If I don't take your phone number and lock it in my phone right away, I'm not going to have it. I don't think I'm going to get a Big Rick interview. So when dude hit me up, I try to go back and find him. I went through all my messages. I couldn't find him. So I wasn't able to get the sound guy. So we'll have to deal with what we got. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully guys like it. But it won't be like that Santa Monica graveyard interview, the original one with all that wind. And you know what's crazy? It was probably more wind this time when we went to Santa Monica than last time. So I just told on myself about Santa Monica, right? But yeah, I got some work done, man. To be honest with you, I did get a little work done, but it's a couple more I'm trying to get before I leave, and I don't think I'm gonna get none. So I think I'm pretty much finished already. Big Lee in the building. Big Lee always bring that big energy up in here, man. I like when I see Big Lee in the comment section. I don't think Pretty Boy and Keystone will do an interview together. They might, but I don't think they would. They're kind of like two of their own type of guys with their own history and tell it how they tell it, right? But who knows? I don't know. Maybe. KM, you know a lot of MF folks, not counting the internet. No, I don't know a lot of people, man. I be talking to my homeboy, one of my close homies always say I know a lot of people. I be like, man, I don't know half as many people as you know. Part of it's because I don't like to socialize with everybody. I don't trust everybody. I don't like everybody. And especially like rivals and enemies. See, I didn't grow up in YA and juvenile hall, so I never had that moment where I really associated with a lot of enemies. Yeah, I had some Damu partners on the street, but I didn't really associate with a lot of enemies. So as I got older, when you start realizing it's cool to network, it's cool to know the riders from different hoods. You know, you got to have a conversation to have peaceful resolutions or go to war. And so then I start meeting people, and of course through these interviews and stuff. So I don't know as many people as I should. I don't remember names. I might remember a lot of faces though. What you say about shotgun? You damn Skippy, bro. What you say? They kept Cowboys going to the Super. I've been hearing that for a lot of years, and it haven't happened, man. He said for life. Okay. Bird and Lafayette. Bird and Lafayette definitely ain't doing an interview together, and I can say that's gonna come from both sides. I don't think neither one of them dudes will accept the invitation to do an interview together. Maybe if they were getting some big money, they'd probably do it, but just to come out and share some history, I don't think they would sit down together. Reggie Owens, what up, homeboy? What up, Reggie? Suge's up in here. Uh oh, he's finna put a 10 on the 2. I can't wait to see his first comment. Cowboys probably will get a ring this year. You know, the alarm call ring. They probably get a ring on their front door or in their house for security. That's about the only ring the Cowboys get this year, right? A Watergate OG would be a good interview. Well, I mean, shit. We done already had Mad Rock here, OG. I mean, he's not a founder, but he was a youngster banging. If you look at Nugget's interview, Nugget said something to the effect um, of Mad Rock and them was already banging when he was banging. So that kind of spoke volumes right there, right? Because I believe Nug got Mad Rock by some years. But Mad Rock was a little standoffish on the questions. Mad Rock kind of felt like the questions was a little hostile. So he was standoffish. It took him a while before he warmed up, but then he warmed up. I had interviewed Mad Rock and them before. I want to say on their hood day before, but then they wanted me to can the interview. So I couldn't put that interview out, but it's all good. Mad Rock's he a good dude. Mad Rock a real good dude. All the ladies, what's up, yo? Ooh, Big Lee hollering at the ladies. Big Lee, what's up, Big Lee? I see our favorite couple ain't up in here tonight. Hopefully they reconciled and they at the altar right now. Hood Media TV, what's the deal? Hood Media TV, do people hashtag Hood Media TV when they doing their little skits and disrespecting? Do they hashtag you, bro? Cause this is a dude, I don't even know this dude, man. I never even met this dude in person. And he's hashtagging kevmacvideos like, man, nigga, hold up, swole up. Then keep me out your kitchen, keep me out your mix. But I get it, clout. Hoping people click on kevmacvideos to see what the hell you talking about and see what your channel's about. I get it. It's just in bad taste to me. The interview shows not just the founding of the gangs, but the migratory patterns of the different minority groups through LA and then all over the West Coast. Really deep info. And guess what? We got another guy whose parents come from like Louisiana and maybe Texas, something like that. And I'm like, man, that's probably 50% of the people. Because people always say all over the South, Mississippi, Arkansas. But I think 50% of the people that been on kevmacvideos' parents came from Louisiana and Texas. Or should I say Louisiana or Texas? Jay Woods, D. Shep. All right, Bayou, you take it easy, man. Whoa, what's up? Y'all know half of people in California some Cowboy fans. Come on, y'all. Tell the truth or shame the devil. I know y'all gonna tune in tomorrow. I gotta agree with that. I wouldn't say half, but I would say almost half, yeah. It's a large Cowboy fan presence in Southern California, but I'm talking about when you start talking about Raiders and Steelers, not so much Broncos anymore. Like people jumped off the Bronco bandwagon long ago. A man say half the people in Texas came from Louisiana. Any thoughts on Triple G versus Canelo 3? Any prediction? No, sir. I have no prediction on that. But I could give you a prediction tomorrow if you like, my brother. That's that I-10 freeway for you, Route 66 for real, bro. That's right. Uh-oh. Sean Williams is a Niner fan. I can't play no jams tonight, man, because I'm not in the office, man. I'm in Inglewood, man. I'm in Inglewood. Looking to see if Kev can still hit the crossover and give. Okay, I went to college in Corsicana and about to move my parents to Palestine. Oh, that's cool, man. You gonna move over there where it's flooded? Like, what type of house you gonna get, huh? One on the river? Oh, Palestine, Texas? Oh, my bad. I didn't know it was a Palestine, Texas. Taking all fades from Cowboy fans. Fade them all, bar none. Ooh. Talking about the Cowboys, Kev, I'm out early. Wake up, I'll catch the replay. Thanks. All right, LaDonna, appreciate you. Have a good night. Sleep tight, sleep well. Hey, look, talking bad about the Cowboys is almost like bad talking God or Jesus, right? People gonna get on you. Either way, if you for them or you're against them, right? Raider Nation is in the building, so bow down. Bow down when we come to your time. Hey, Kev, why have you not interviewed any of the homies from Fuzztown Crip? Well, I got a good Fuzztown Crip story for you, or maybe two. I'll keep it short. We got into it with Fuzztown at one of the homies' funerals. Because the homies, you know, in LA, all the homies ain't hip to the politics in different sections. The homies seen dudes in brown at Inglewood. You might have been there, or you might be familiar with it. And one of the homies, I think Big Slip Rock or somebody, hit him up. Like, what's up, cuz? Where y'all from? And they thought they was from probably family, because they had all that brown on. And they was like Fuzztown. And I heard, I wasn't there. I heard they got into an altercation. And the homies was like, man, it's some OG set out of Watts, man. Them dudes was down. They was G'd up. And I guess one person did some shooting or something up in the air or some shit. And moved the crowd and that empty. But here go a Fuzztown story for you. I had a girl, right? I had a girl from Compton that lived in Watts. And I went to visit her in Watts. I went over there. I ain't said nothing to nobody. I ain't hit nobody up. Nobody hit me up. I seen some, I would say, forest towns over there, right? Go in the house, spend a night, leave in the morning. This happened to me in two hoods, two different hoods. The Playboy Styles and Forest Town. I wake up in the morning, 6-0 killer all in the street, F60s. I'm like, wow, like, where did that come from? And that's a lot of animosity right there, man. So I don't know about them fuzz towns, homie. Them fuzz towns sure know how to set trip. But no, Fuzz Town years ago he got in touch with me and wanted to do an interview, but nothing ever transpired from that interview. On 108th, I believe, or 112th, one of them streets. 108th or 112th. Soon as you cross the tracks, she was right there as soon as you cross the tracks. Right by Santa Ana. Was it 107th? I think she lived on 108th, I believe. 108th, I believe. But it was right by. It would be north of Santa Ana. Yeah, yeah. It was like a block or so, or maybe more, north. Yeah, 108th of Santa Ana. They wanted the chick they had on the mouth. But how do they know where I'm from and why they tripping? We don't cross our first town, like, you know what I'm saying? Raiders went from Oakland to LA to Oakland to the middle of the Mojave Desert. Then call them the T word, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't mad at the Raiders for moving around, right? I was mad at the Rams for leaving because they broke my heart. Raider fans don't give a damn. Raider fans ain't about the city, they about the team. I know. I wasn't expecting Buffalo to jump on the Rams like that. Yeah, man. I thought it would be a close game, which it was. It was 10-10 at halftime. But that pretty much ended the game right there at halftime. Rams couldn't even score no more. What did y'all think about that long ass field goal though? The Rams booted a long ass field goal. In warm ups, he couldn't even hit them field goals consistently from far. Game time, he showed up. That kicker was like ice water. Had to look good on TV though. The Rams ain't going nowhere this year. Big Devil, you said that shit all last year. Man, I'm not listening to you. I'll take your parlays though, but I'm not listening to you. You got a bias for the 49ers and against the Rams. Simple and plain. Big Evil, facts, Kev. They all about the team. They said it was good from 68 yards. Man, he booted that mug, right? Kev, do you have a favorite Hail Mary player? It got to be Doug Flutie, college or pro, right? I don't know if Tom Brady getting no more rings, man. I think flamboyant Tom, I think swaggy Tom is done. Yeah, I knew you was talking about Big Devil. But Devil and Evil, they kind of run together, right? Mm, we over 100 tonight. That's a good thing, man. I was watching Simple to P, man. I always end up watching Simple to P sometime, right? I mean, I said always and sometime, but I check out Simple to P and I'm like, off the muscle, he had 300 viewers. I'm like, man, that pimp game gotta be strong. So I'm checking out for a while and it just go to 400, 500, 600. I'm like, God damn, on a regular live, he pulling them type of numbers. I love that shit. Here we are with like 38,000 viewers. We'd be lucky to have 110 when kevmac's on here by itself. But that was impressive. That was impressive. Johnny Wood, the NFL on his side, you watch. Rest in peace, my pops, Loco Mo from Rolling 20 NHB. He keep a stack and he funny as hell. Who's that, Crystal? Cordell Stewart's Hail Mary when he was at Colorado was nice. I don't remember that. I don't even remember Cordell Stewart other than him being demoted to the slasher. I couldn't even tell you nothing about Cordell other than they didn't want him at quarterback in Pittsburgh. Shout out to Cordell Stewart. He had a funny shaped head, didn't he? I thought my head was shaped funny. That fool looked like he had, I don't know what to call it, man. He had a funny shaped head, though. Shout out to NFL. Shout out to Simple to Pete. Oh, okay. Yeah, Simple to P be rocking over there. That P gang, man. Hey, Kev, how about having AC with LB on the show? First of all, LB, I don't think he'll do an interview with me. Second of all, I don't know where AC is. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know about that one, homie. Basically, let me say it like this. I'm going to go ahead and say it this way. Basically, if I haven't had somebody on the show, for the most part, it's a good chance they're not going to come on the show. I'm talking about if it's a well known name, then they're probably not coming on the show, right? Because we're not new to this. We've been doing this shit for a while, man. And trust me, I know the right people. When I say the right people, I don't mean from each individual hood, but those names that was ringing throughout the county of LA. I know those names. And we probably won't have them on here. But if we lucky, maybe we will. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to factor in the fact that there's so many different channels to go to now that they have a choice. They have a big choice of where they want to go. And quite frankly, there are people that's been on other channels that I would still holler at, but I'll say probably 50% of the guys that been on other channels, I don't even want to holler at them. Not because they're nobody, but because they've already. This is not like for me. It's not a world tour. For me, it's not about being on everybody's channel. Like when you get on a channel that you want to be on, that should be the channel that ask you the questions that you want to talk about, you want to answer. If you just going to show your face or get your name out there, I mean, you could go anywhere. I don't want you. I don't need you. But if you're serious about your history or your reputation, then yeah, come on, kevmacvideos, man. Get your shit out there. Be reputable and be solid. Get the best information and best history that you can cover and not just try to be seen everywhere. Like, because first of all, to keep it 100, we come from an era, a generation. We come from a genre where it wasn't even cool to do interviews. You know what I mean? You might have had a Bobby Lavender back in the day. You might have had the Santana Blocks when they first got into it with the like 1987, and then the documentary. Uh, you know with Melly Mel and Turtle and all them, Twin and everybody. But for the most part, most hoods, particularly in South Central, wasn't with that. Like if you was from Jungle or 60s and you did an interview, you was getting bust upside the head with a 40-ounce bottle. Cause we was trained and taught that you don't do interviews. Now it's cool because a lot of dudes are older, they're not active. They want to see this game banging stop. They want to give the history and leave something behind when they're gone. So it's a little different now, but it still is not a sideshow where I'm finna just hit every single platform I can. Like that's what you do when you're trying to sell a book or sell CDs or something like that. Um, that is more acceptable because you're selling something. You might even be selling yourself or something. I mean, if you selling yourself or something, then I guess that's all right. But most dudes, like for example, I talked to two dudes yesterday, and both of those guys shared the exact same opinion, which is they didn't want to do a lot of talking when I interviewed them. Well, I only interviewed one, but it was two of them there. And they was like, man, I don't want to give out too much info. Like, I'll answer your questions and blah, blah, blah. And he didn't really want to talk about names. He didn't want to talk about busters. He didn't want to talk about rats. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, so, I've seen you on other platforms. He like, yeah, I'm done. This is the last one I'm doing. Like, the only way I would do an interview is if I could save some kids. He like, I don't want to talk all this history and bring up all this old stuff, like, right? But I gotta say this. Like I told S Mac, I gotta say this. This one particular guy, he gave me a lot of props. He was like, man, he like the questions you ask and the knowledge you got. He like, man, I could talk to you all day. He like some of them other dudes that I talked to, not so much. He like, man, them dudes are just having conversation. He like, you knew the right questions to ask, you knew the right names, the people, and I thought that was good. I knock myself a lot. Like I was saying, I'm not a professional photographer. I mess up the sound all the time. But I pat myself on the back when he complimented me like that. Because to me, it's just natural. It's not like I wrote the shit down or nothing like that. I just was asking questions about that area. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my quality's terrible. So if you go somewhere else, you probably get better quality though. Quality questions, I think we got them over here, me and SMAC. But quality filming or settings or sound, yeah, you go somewhere else. Cause we ain't that over here. I'm always blow something. I'm always mess something up, right? But yeah, man, for the most part, I mean, there's still people out there. LB would be good, of course. Somebody from Atlantic Tribe, somebody from Southside, uh, maybe another Grape Street, maybe a Jordan Down Crip, original PJ Watt, um, Fruittown, Treetop, um, Do-Rock, Trey 57, 456, IVC. Uh, what about Neighborhood Pyru in Compton, Neighborhood Pyru in Inglewood, Pacoima Pyru, like original Pacoima Pyru, right? East Side 30 Bloodstone Pyru. How about that? People also have to know that it takes time to establish a rapport with the person and get them to open up in the interview. That's a skill. Okay. Now, you worded that very well, very articulate, should, because when you say it takes time to establish a rapport, like I don't want to establish a rapport with individuals. Melly Mel will tell you, I don't even like to talk about gang banging until we turn the camera on. I don't even want to know your history if I don't already know it or know anything about it. I don't want to know. Let's find out on camera so we get real reactions and surprise answers. But yeah, you said during the interview, and you're absolutely right. You kind of notice a pattern with a lot of guys, and I'm talking about cutes, barefoot Pookie, not so much Frog. Frog kind of was the same all the way through, but the Carver Park interview. Some guys do have to understand once they feel comfortable with your line of questioning, and once they experience your knowledge of an area or an error or incident, you're right. Then they start to open up. So you're absolutely right. It takes time. Some take longer than others, but most they get comfortable after you find out about the migration period and where they grew up. Because once you start talking about where they grew up, motherfuckers start feeling at home and feeling comfortable, knowing he know all the answers. I don't know what's. Oh, there go my comments. Well, you know what? I didn't know there was a difference from 145 or 151. I thought 151 was the originals and thought that they would be the ones that were responsible for the 145. I don't know, bro. Good question. But either one, I mean, whoever came first got to have the real history of NHP, right? The foundation. That's what we want, the foundation. But both will be cool, but I'm just saying the foundation is better. Oh, yeah, we never got a cedar block. We never had cedar block. How about a tortilla flat? Compton Vadio TF. How about that? Palmer block. I keep yelling out all these Compton sets, but it's a lot of LA sets too, though. I'm chill in the cut and listen to you, Johnny Woods. That's what's up. CV70. I think CV Threats would be more interesting than CV70s, but yeah, CV70s would be that would be a good one. But CV5 155. Now I'm not from Compton. You know, spent some time in Compton when my mother worked out there in 77, 78, 79. I don't know about that one, no babyface lows. Um, Maybe a little football could give us something on that, but CB 155s. I remember when I first started going to jail, they was pretty deep and they were pretty solid. I'm not saying they were the OGs of Compton, but they carried themselves like the OGs of Compton. They were some down dudes. They were cool and with the business. And I remember they used to always be tatted up in their head and their stomachs. I'm not as old as some of the older guys that was going to jail before me. So they probably had seen that type of stuff already. But for me, being from LA and going to county jail in 86, that was new to me and it stood out to me. Like these 155 dudes, they cool, they down, they tatted up. I thought that was some fly stuff back then. because that's before all the sets was getting tattooed like that. And Mexican videos, they've been getting tatted up, but once them head tattoos came in, them neck tattoos came in, that just stood out. And back then, those were really solid dudes. Those were really dudes with the business willing to die for that hood. Nowadays, dudes can have the hood on their neck and it don't mean nothing because they might be hiding behind that tattoo or they might be hiding behind drugs. So it's not the same. That's why I like to talk about the 80s, 83, 84, 85, 86. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. And there used to be some big cholo looking dudes. I don't even know if they still use the word cholo, right? But they used to have them big old mustaches back then, man. Them big old mustache. Like these dudes are G's. They just look like G's. I can miss them. I can picture Monster Cody saying that. These dudes look like G's, man. These dudes, yeah. A regular dude might have face tats now. Yeah, yeah. Rappers, everybody, right? She said, "I love '83. Good year. Okay, okay, '83. Them was war years in our hood. Like, you should have cartoon with Swanee Fly from Bloodstone. You know what? Cartoon already told me he's doing a video with Swanee on his channel for his channel. So they already got. I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna let them do their thing. I even told Cartoon I would like to be there, but Cartoon's response, he didn't seem like he wanted me there. So I'm gonna stay up all the East Side business. I'm gonna stay out of that 50s on the East Side. I'm gonna stay out their circle. I'm gonna just do me. You know what I'm saying? Let Cartoon shine. Let him and Swanee Fly hook up and do what it do. Right? OG Steve, good looking out, man. They was G's without saying G's. Just like Yiddish. God can't even say it. Was man, Monster Cody was on one, right? How you remember all these lines, Suge? If I could remember all the lines I heard, I would be a pimp, man. Pimp's got the freshest lines, man. Like Sugar Free, he got them fresh ass lines, right? What's my man? Iceberg Slim. Some of those sets couldn't grow or got swallowed up or bullied and are joining bigger gangs. That usually happens everywhere, but usually hustler gangs and tagger gangs get sucked up. If you actually claim a gang, you don't really too much get sucked in. Y'all gonna become enemies or allies. But like if you talk about a new wave gang, yeah, recruits from new wave gangs get sucked in because they're not a traditional gang. They was on some trendy housing, house party, dancing type stuff. So they wasn't really meant to be what some of them turned out to be. So yeah, you join a bigger gang. Plus, if you from a set, if you from a little small set or a new set in an area of a big set and your ass end up in prison, no, you're not gonna claim that little set. You're gonna claim the bigger set. And that's just how it go. So you basically graduating to that next stage. You graduating to be with that business. Even if you with the business, now you really with the business because you're from something a lot bigger, something a lot stronger, right? Kid, what up late night? Because in LA, this how it go. And I'm just speaking for LA. I'm not speaking for nowhere else. And when I say LA, I'm not talking about LA County. I'm just talking about in South LA, the West Side, East Side, right? And probably Compton as well. When somebody asks you where you live at, then nigga, that's where you from. You from where you live at. So if you from some small gang nobody heard of, they gonna laugh at you when you rep your hood. And I don't mean laugh at you like you're a punk. They gonna laugh like, what is this, a joke? Like I never heard of that. But that bigger gang that's known for whatever intersection or whatever major street is over there, or even if it's a back street, that's what they're gonna associate with you. You associate you with, and that's just how it go, homie. What school did you go to? You might be guilty by what school you went to, and that's how it go, homie. That's just how it is. Yep, that's how it is. If you from Watts, it don't go by, oh, you from Watts, you from Grape, or you from Bounty. It's what street you on. Niggas say what street or where at in Watts, and then boom, now that's where you from. Even if you ain't from that set, no, you from that set now. Even if you're non-affiliate, a lot of times that's where you from. Much love from Michigania, South Lansing, Michigan. 103rd and Zach. That's right. Mm. Ooh wee. The kid, you know, when dudes started replacing B's with C's when talking and writing, well, everybody didn't grow up with your grandmother's day, right? Because grandma might live deep on the west side, or grandma might still be left on the east side. So you might go over there and hang with them dudes on the weekend, but for real though, it's where you at, man. You know, some people grew up with their mom and their daddy. They didn't grow up with grandma. But what was that question you just asked me? Oh, when did dudes start replacing B's with C's? I can't say for you. I can't nail down the year, but I remember, let me see, the C murder and the B murder was, I was in junior high. I remember you slipping. Probably, I would guess around 83, I would guess. 82, around Atomic Dog, something like that. Suge, I see you posting quotations, huh? Michelle, what's the deal, homegirl? Zip codes and area codes, maybe now. Because back then, area code, man, 213 was everything LA. 562 Long Beach, 818 the Valley, 909. I mean, you got all kind of area codes now and shit, right? I mean, even 415 was the Bay, that just broke up, right? Kev, you still keep in touch with gangster. Which gangster? Kev, in 10 years, where do you see the gang situation? Will it fade out or just change? It will continue to fade out, but it's not going to be out. As long as you got blacks and Mexicans in LA, it's still going to be gangs. Mexicans claim turf when it wasn't even houses. Back when it was just dirt fields, when people were still picking cotton and fruit, they was claiming them turfs back then, right? Because they be like, my video go back to 1929. And you look up that area in 1929 and all you see is vegetables growing in fields, right? You might see one factory that probably processed meat or something. And you be like, damn, that was their video? Like, for real? Like, they didn't even have street names back then. Like, they just claim an area, right? White Fence is one of the oldest videos, but White Fence, we already know, was in Boyle Heights. So we know they're legit. There were homes and there was population there. So we know White Fence for real go way back. But some of the other ones I can't vouch for, man. I really can't. You know what I mean? Dogtown likes to take a lot of credit for being one of the oldest videos for sure. Support the KMV platform by hitting the like button. If I see gangster, will speak and keep it moving, or rolling, or pushing. But no, we don't talk on the phone. He don't call me. I don't call him. I don't text him. He don't text me. And that's how that is. So yeah. But if I see, we bump heads. It's all good. I mean, Crips be in real Crip circles sometimes. You know what I'm saying? There be functions where you gonna run across other reps. You know what I'm saying? Good night, Lady P. Good luck in this football season. Enjoy the games tomorrow. Used to see the hairnets and pattern leather shoes and the Pendletons and the big mustache and Lokes, and you knew it was Cholos coming. Absolutely. Do you remember? I don't know how old you are, but I remember. I remember like in my junior high school days. I'm gonna say like in 79, 80, 81, 82, up in that era, right? Up in that era, being a young teen, a fresh teen, you would see the what you call a cholo. And like you said, you're absolutely right. You knew right off the top he was a G. Big dude, he was a G. But then you had some that were a little younger or wasn't so established, and they would be with him and they would have on some like khakis that wasn't pulled all the way up their stomach. They'd have like a raggedy beanie. You know what I'm saying? They have their shirt creased up over their shoulder. And you look at that fool and be like, that fool right there ain't with it. Like, he ain't one of them. Like, you could tell he was a pup in training, or his parents didn't allow him to gangbang. His parents didn't allow him to wear that attire, right? You know what I'm talking about? I used to see that a lot. Or like the essay that would come to school with some tan khakis and a white t-shirt. You know, you could tell he gangbang a little bit or hung with the gang, but he wasn't G. Like, you would never give him that same respect that you would give the dude that came to school with that pendant on or that pendant over his shoulder, right? Or the whole khaki suit. Hair, if his hair wasn't slicked back, like he was from the movie Grease or Fonzarelli from Happy Days or something, right? The dudes with the Nike Cortez was usually with the business because you got to have tennis shoes on to squabble. You got to have tennis shoes on to hit a fence and run from the police. Some of them dudes that was wearing them nice hard shoes, man, they wasn't with the business. They wasn't gonna be able to squabble in them shoes. They wasn't gonna kick their shoes off and squabble in their socks. They couldn't hit no fence. They couldn't run from the police. They sit there and wait for the police to gaffle them up. You know what I'm saying? And go to juvenile hall and get bailed out before the night was over with. Like, you can't fool me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can fool me, but like when you be playing with that gang banging, it's hard to fool me. Like, I paid attention to stuff like that. Why you think in prison, like, it ain't cool to come to the yard in no slippers, no shower shoes, or no open toes, sandals, you know what I'm saying? You gotta come to the yard with your shoes or your boots on, laced up, my nigga. Like, you can't walk around in California prison like you from New York with some Adidas on and the shoes ain't tied tight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hit the yard and your shit gotta be laced up tight so you can get out. Irving, cuz he's from Savannah, Georgia. There we go again. What about Chuck Taylor? What about him? What about Chuck Taylor? Chuck Taylor has been around before I was born. Shit. How about cats running them biscuits? I mean, you could do a little bit of running, but you gonna get the slide. Let me just say this: you go put some biscuits on and go fight on a dance floor or a wooden floor or something like that. You know what they say? Some dudes dress the part real well, right? What they always say about Barefoot Pookie? He was barefooted, right? He could get his squabble on in his bare feet, right? But you put on some biscuits or some, put on some Romeos, nigga, on a slick floor. You tell me how you gonna fight. Tell me what fence you gonna hit. But I'm just running my mouth. I don't know nothing. I'm just talking. Nigga be the freshest fool in 77 police station talking. What he say, number one? Damn, what number one say? I used to see homies squabble up, hit gates, and run from Popo and Romeo. I don't know about all that because I've had squabbles and Romeos. And nigga, you can't come back with no haymaker, nigga. You can't just cock back and fire on a dude in them Romeos, nigga. Your right foot gonna slip if you're right-handed. You gonna slip or you give it all. Cause look, man, when you come boom and you go forward, nigga, you gonna slide on me. Especially when he starts swinging on you, nigga, and you trying to back up. But when you come with that knockout, yeah, you might knock him out, but you're gonna be sliding forward and side to side. You're not gonna be able to really get your hit off like you really want to. So I don't know about that, man. Maybe they had some taps in their shoes or something. And I'm talking about fences, not. I'm talking about like a real fence, not a brick wall or something you could just scale over or pull yourself up over. I'm talking about a fence. You can't put your damn shoes in the damn fence and climb no damn fence. But yeah, whatever. I mean, maybe if you had some small feet. Maybe if you had some small feet, right? But if you had a big foot like mine, nigga, you can't put the front of a Romeo on no damn fence. Kev, if I can get an OG from Asian Boys founder, would you be willing to do it? You know what? People been asking that all these years, and the answer hasn't changed. The answer is still yes. It's still yes, man. It's never changed. Like I used to say, I was in prison with a dude from Asian Boys, man. So I mean, Big Rick. You know what? I could ask Big Rick. Big Rick know a lot of Asian gang members and a lot of Asian hustlers from prison. I could probably hit up Big Rick. He'd get me a real reputable. He know who the reputables and the founders are. But I've never have even tried because Big Rick ain't into that. So I didn't think he would ask none of the Asians to do an interview. What was your shoe of choice back then? I've always been. I mean, I rock the same old stuff. I mean, during the Fila era, obviously I rock Filas. Um, if you look at my pictures from a kid to an adult, I never got away from Chuck Taylors. My mama was dressing me in Chuck Taylors before I knew what they was. Low tops and high tops. Uh, Red ones at that. Right? Remember when Monster Cody said, "My mama dressed me in some bullshit." Yeah, so that applies to us as well. But I always like Nike Cortez, all the different kind. They don't even make some of the same Nike Cortez they had back in the day, but Nike Cortez. I had my little where I went through Adidas, Pumas. I pretty much been consistent with Pumas since I was like 10 years old to now. Still rock the Pumas. I would say that's probably about it, really. I think. Bottom line, what up, homie? Devontae Steele, what up, what up, what up, what up? Well, like I said, Austin, Texas, one of them is coming, man. So don't even trip. But he's an older dude. You may have seen him on another channel or two. But he's coming, man. He's coming. Some parents will hit the roof back then if you asked for Chuck Taylor or Pro Kids. They would? Like, whose parents hit the roof when you asked for Chuck Taylor? Now, Pro Kids, nigga, you was doing kind of bad. Like, you might as well came to school with just socks on. Like, who wore Pro Kids? They didn't wear Pro Kids on the west side. Now, some Pisces, some dudes fresh from Mexico or from Korea might have had some Pro Kids on because they didn't know. But once they got clown, trust me, they didn't wear them Pro Kids no more. They might have showed up in some football cleats before they wear Pro Kids, man. Right? My mama bought me one pair, and they was yellow, and she bought them from Zodi's. I'm like, Mom, these is yellow shoes, and they Pro Kids, and you got them from Zodi's. I think I wore them things one time, man. I remember my mama asked me, "What happened to your shoes? Now, where your shoes at? Where them shoes I bought you? In the trash where they supposed to be." I mean, they felt good though, but yellow. And mama, we on the west side, like we on EG, like we don't wear Pro Kids over here. I I tell you all the time, I used to always my go-to shoe. Now we talking elementary as well as junior high and probably even up to 10th grade. My go-to was some raggedy white Converse. I would just put new blue strings in them. They be talking on the bottom and everything, but I couldn't be that far out of style, Mom. Like I had to have something that I could get away with wearing without getting bagged on. Because if somebody bag on me, then I'm gonna have a fight. I have a fight. I'm gonna be in the principal office, get suspended. Then you're gonna talk shit. I'd rather just ditch school than have to sit in the principal's office. You know what I mean? Kevin, you checked out the Street Gangs interview with the old Compton cop. Yeah, Jr. Where you been, homie? You been under a rock some damn where? Jr. You got to do some catching up. While you over there watching Street TV's cop interview, you should come back over here and watch some kevmacvideos and some KM video live streams. Because we've addressed that several times on this channel, and the whole SAG interview is in response to that interview. So, yes, sir, we are aware of that cop's interview, and we've already responded, and we moved on. You got a little catching up to do, Jr. from the Bay. I mean, you just let me know that you haven't been watching neither one of our channels over here, man. I used to lace my letter style. Oh yeah, man. I used to like the checker style, but I wasn't really a checker type of guy, right? They said Baker is like Joe Biden. Hey, Go Young DJ haven't really been over here no more after that night with Q, so I think we hurt Go Young DJ's feelings. And if we didn't, I think I should be able to take a shot at Go Young DJ anyway, the way he always coming um, sideways sometimes, right? But yeah, shout out to Go Young DJ. And once again, OG Cutes. Like Cutes can wear the OG tag with pride. Like Cutes know what it means to be an OG. He can break it down for you, tell you how OG's supposed to carry himself and stuff like that, right? Okay, you seen the Young and Alive soap opera. You know what's funny? The two stars, they're not even here. They wasn't here earlier. You know what I'm saying? So just let's use KNB live streams and air out our personal relationship. Let's just F over his live stream. And then let's just get away from it. Let's leave him alone. Like no more loyalty, no more viewership, no more views. Let's just get away from Kev Mac, right? And that's another reason why I don't like the bullshit. That's why I don't like people attacking each other because really you just getting something off your chest and then you don't even care about the channel no more. Like you don't care no more. It's just personal. It's just selfishness, airing out your shit and disappear. Like that's what people do. They do that shit in real life too. Cause YouTube ain't necessarily real life. YouTube is some spaceship type shit, right? We up with goobs, aliens on this mug, right? But real life people do that too. They'll come start some drama, and when you respond to them, they act like they mad at you and they disappear. No, you're mad at yourself. That's why you put yourself out there like that. And when you seen I wasn't going for it, now you just disappear because you didn't care about me no way. It was all about you the whole time. And I see that trend starting to happen here too. Not just with the couple, but a few of the women, several women, leading up to that. I see several women disappeared up out of here, man. A couple in particular, right? On the cool that had me on the floor. Old girl just wanted to tell her side. That was a fun night. It was a fun night, but I wish they would have gave me a warning. So we could have did it at 12 o'clock at night when the real Mac is and maniacs asleep. And we could have had a clown session, a roast session, or whatever. But the killer part, you know how I talk. Austin, Texas, know what I'm talking about when I talk about some women. They want to be interviewed, and then when they do the interview, take that down. Hey, I don't want people at my job to see that. I don't want people at my church to see that. This was the same shit. Cause dude got at me like, "Hey, Mac, can you take that down?" I didn't have a problem taking it down because it was raggedy, it was messy, but it was funny and fun too. Don't show out and do that type of shit. Don't get drunk. Don't drink and come on. Don't get mad at your woman or your man and come on and then want to delete it. Y'all could have called each other and talked shit. Y'all could have FaceTimed each other, video chatted each other and went off on each other, right? But I went ahead and granted Cuz his request. Cause he from the hundreds. He a O anyway. So I granted Cuz his request. Whether he went to Losing or not, you know what I'm saying? Losing still gets to request their video taken down. But it's just like like at the time it was so fun and funny to me. I'm joking, everybody in the session joking. But then when I'm asked to delete it, I'm really thinking like, man, that was childish. Especially if you knew you didn't want that type of shit out there. Don't get drunk and do that shit. That's how supposedly, allegedly, the Mexican cat got killed, got drunk, went live, talked shit about a certain group, and he gets knocked off later on. This is the same shit. Like, why is it cool for a black dude to get drunk and air it? I'm not saying he was drunk. I'm just assuming or guessing or making a comparison. A black dude get drunk on here or a black female get drunk on here, talk shit, and then want their video deleted. Nah, face the consequences, nigga. Face the consequences. I just take off the bullshit when dudes be going at each other on here. I don't like that shit because I don't want y'all saying it's because of K and V, because of Kev. Kev Mac started that. Kev Mac let that shit go on. I'd rather y'all say Kev Mac is biased and Kev Mac is an asshole for taking down a live before I seen it. Then a nigga got knocked down because of Kev-Mac. Kev-Mac started that shit, right? But yeah, so anyway, I see y'all want to talk about sports and not relationships and not people getting their heads knocked off and people not coming on in orderly fashion. I see, I get it. But y'all go somewhere else and watch that shit, nigga. Quit lying. I know, I seen it. It's all good though. Everybody got a choice of what channels they want to watch, which ones they enjoy, which ones they don't enjoy. But don't come wrecking my channel for your own personal gain, and then you regret it in the morning. I see Kev ain't drinking a Hennessy. Man, I couldn't tell you the last time I drank no Hennessy. I mean, I always just been a social drinker. And if I'm by myself, I don't drink. I don't need to drink. But if it's a holiday, I mean, it's not Christmas yet, right? It ain't New Year's. There ain't no need in me drinking, right? I mean, if you one of them dudes that think I'm messing with your girl, send your girl over. I might have a drink. Crystal, you still lost, huh? What Crystal doing now, man? What you doing, Crystal? Don't tell me that you over there getting naked. You over there taking your girdle off and your super large quadruple D bra off. Come to Vietnam, Kev. I'll take you, pal. You take me where? I already got a pal over there in the Philippines, man. I don't need one in Vietnam. Anywhere you want? Okay, let me see. Where would I want to go in Vietnam? I want to go to the whorehouses. Do y'all got whorehouses in Vietnam? Me love you long time. What is in Vietnam, huh? That I would want to see? Like, I'd probably be scared to eat the food over there, right? He said they all over. Take me to where the Navy people land at. Does the Navy ever come to Vietnam? Does America and Vietnam even get along anymore? Like, did they ever squash their beef or what? But if the Navy goes over to Vietnam, just take me to wherever the Navy guys are at. I know those Navy guys, they know where all the girls at, they know where the party at. Plus, they drink a lot of beer. They get so wasted, wasted. We could dig in some pockets, homie. Andy, you get them over there, I get them over there, man. We add this shit up and we split it halfway when we done, man. Cause they get so wasted, man. You just go through their pockets. Now you don't even have to knock them out. You don't have to pull out no switchblade. You don't have to do nothing like that, right? You don't even have to pull out no scraped up popsicles that you done made into knives and shit. You just go through their pockets, man. Hey, guy, hey, you from America? Yeah, you can have that, man. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, bro, go ahead and take everything in my pocket. But can you get me back to the base safely, though? Let's see. You don't even need to go to Navy place. It's all over. Okay, that's what's up, man. I didn't know Vietnam got down like that. Like, when Vietnam do porn movies, like, are y'all on Pornhub? Like, in Vietnam, do the Vietnamese do porn? Because, like, that just sounds kind of like karate-ish to me. Like a Bruce Lee movie and shit. They probably got some good hyenas in Vietnam. I'm sure they do. No porn, it's illegal, but you do your own porn. Okay, okay. That's why I don't see no Vietnamese in porn. Okay. But I bet it be quick too. I bet they only last a couple minutes. And I bet they be screaming like Bruce Lee in a karate fight. All you need is a sneaker candy bar out there and be a chick's magnet. What? Okay, I can't go to Vietnam, no, man. I forgot I can't leave the country, man. I'm trying to set up appointments, man, for real. Why watch porn when you could do it live? Oh no, you talking to the porn star, the porn master. Like you gotta remember or go read my book. If I wasn't gonna be a gambler, then I probably was gonna be a porn star. So like it's like which one did I really want to be, right? Crystal say my porn tapes would only be like a minute long. Like everybody could watch a Kill Mac porn, like because it won't take too much of your time. Right? Sweat saunas in Asian nations. Okay, all right, I'm cool with that. Just slice your peen with razor blades and put a bunch of Xmas ornaments on it because that's how you're gonna end up being Kev Mac. I don't even know what that meant. Like, you gotta break that down to me. Tell me what that means. A short flick. That's hilarious, though, man. Damn, it's late. I didn't know it was that late. I still owe who a visit. Where you at, shit? I always forget where you at, man. You in Egypt or some shit? You miss Long Beach? Why can't you go back? Yeah, yeah, you in Egypt. Hey, man, have you been to visit King Tut? Are them like jewels real? Like, do people be over there robbing them graves? Do y'all be knocking them statues down and taking the gold to see if it's real? Could you imagine Egypt, parts of Egypt being in South Central LA? Like people wouldn't prey on celebrities. People wouldn't go to Hollywood and Beverly Hills to rob a celebrity. They'd be robbing grave sites and museums, right? Stolen by the British. The British got King Tut? You bullshitting. Man, the British is cold, man. Oh, you from ABZ? Did you know Boxer, homie? Did you know a cat named Boxer? I don't know his real name. He was into Hatchby though in the 90s. Man, the Britons are cold people, man. Cold piece of work, right? Robberies via camels. Could you imagine if we had camels over here? Like if we didn't have cars, we had camels. You'd be camel jacking. You'd be over here knocking dudes off their camel and shit. Kenneth Johnson. Really? Okay, Crystal, you're getting a little X-rated here, Crystal. You need to stop that. You need to really stop that, Crystal. Don't worry about my thing. Worry about somebody else's thing. Because I know you got boyfriends on here too. You know what I'm saying? I know they've been hollering at you too, Crystal. There are camels in Arizona, Kev. Give them a try. Easier to ride than horses. But I'm just saying, it would be a trip out here if we didn't have cars. We rode camels, right? If I had to ride a camel back to Vegas across that desert, like what would I put on my head to stay cool? Like, do they put like little backpacks on the camels with a bunch of water in it or what? Be careful in the Philippines because them dudes will get you if you don't know where you're at. Well, in the Philippines, man, you could throw them dudes a bag of rice, man. They could eat for a week. They could feed their whole family, man. You go in a village in the Philippines, man. You just give them $20. They got your back, man. That's better than going to Brazil, homie. Like Brazil, you might get a woman all day for $50, but you go over there to the Philippines, man. You get them all month. You give a Philippine broad $50, boy. You got her and her mama for all month, right? I'm gonna check out y'all, man. Y'all enjoy your Sunday. Y'all enjoy NFL and your family and your friends and whatever else you're gonna be doing tomorrow. I don't know if she'll paint your house. That's hard labor. Gotta ask Manny Pacquiao about that. But salute, Mike is a maniac. Y'all take it easy. Much love. Thank you for